This thing's gonna be a bit cramped in here. Am I gonna have enough leg room? So this is the new project that we are starting. We are building a miniature version of a VW Baja bug. You know those Baja bugs you see with the long travel suspension, tires sticking way out, with the engine sticking out the back, doing wheelies down the dunes? That is what we are building, just miniature. So, ever since I built the Grave Ninja, I've been kind of wanting to build another novelty vehicle, and I kind of consider this to be kind of like a novelty vehicle. Now, as much as I love the Grave Ninja 650 project, it's not really that great off-road. The suspension's kind of terrible, steering's not great, the gas tank is really small. I mean, it looks cool, but it's not really comfortable or capable off-road. So this one I want to build different. I really want to focus heavily on good suspension, long travel suspension. We're obviously going to have the engine in the back because it's a VW bug. And yeah, the engine we're using is 95 horsepower. I may just round it up to 100 just to sound better on YouTube. But yeah, I'm hoping this thing will do, I'm pretty sure this thing's going to do wheelies. This thing better do wheelies. But anyway, let's get started working on, I don't know. I don't really know where to start, so let's just start building this thing. It's gonna be a little cramped in here, so yeah, the steering wheel's gonna be basically in my lap. So I need to figure out, basically, am I making the bottom of the seat level with the bottom of the fiberglass? I could raise the fiberglass body up about an inch. I almost think that would be better. Basically, I'm just a head sticking out of this thing. That's gonna be pleasant. That right on my neck. And yeah, if I roll this thing over, and somehow I have to fit a steering wheel in here, possibly pedals. Because we're using an engine with a CVT, we don't have to have a clutch or gears, which is nice. So I could just have hand throttles for throttle and brakes. Yeah, this is gonna be a bit interesting, but I think I can pull this off. Now, I was going to start building the frame on the floor, but this floor is not level, it's not flat, so I do have this giant plate of aluminum that we can make it level, and this thing's not perfectly flat, but it's more flat than the floor. So let me put this on the sawhorses and use this as a table to start the frame. Boom. Makeshift welding table. This thing flat. Pretty close. Nice. So this thing now has part of a roll cage. I tried to make it to where it's hidden behind the fiberglass, but you know the A-pillars are really thin. I'll admit, nothing on this fiberglass body is symmetrical, nothing is level. I tried to make it to where the tubing is as close as possible and try to make it to where it's touching the fiberglass, so therefore we don't have any gaps, but unfortunately there's some pretty big gaps right here, big gap right there, a little gap right here. So I may want to like wrap this tubing in like dense foam. That'll kind of help with any rattling between the fiberglass and the metal frame. Also, this makes it to where it's going to be a little bit easier to get in and out because we can now put our weight on top of this thing and not crush it or break this fiberglass body. So now, next thing is let's get the seat installed. I'm going to try to mount it as far back as possible because really the biggest space issue we have with this is leg room. So I'm going to try to mount the seat as far back as possible, and that's really going to help determine where the suspension is going to go and where the tires are going to go on this thing. Yeah, this thing is definitely going to be a bit crammed in here. So normally I lean these seats back a lot, but the issue with that is that this right here is right at neck level. And if I get rear-ended, yeah, that would snap my neck. So I may want to scoot the seat back and have it a little bit more upright. I mean, that's pretty good. Decent amount room for shoulders. Is the steering wheel gonna fit in here? Kind of room for steering wheel. Yeah, it's How in the world am I going to do this? I think right here is a good seat position. It has decent leg room. I'm not going to... I mean, I may have to cut a little bit off of the fiberglass right here and probably put like some foam padding over it. Because, yeah, that would definitely hurt or snap my neck if I get hit hard enough. So, yeah, I think the seat would be pretty good right here. Let me mark it. Wow, that frame looks ugly. So one thing I'm a little concerned about is once the steering wheel is in place, it's going to be even harder to get in and out of this thing, because then I'm going to have to get my legs past the steering wheel, so I may have to make the steering wheel really small. The seating position isn't the most comfortable, but it does work. It allows me to have plenty of leg room. Yeah, my back isn't in danger of hitting that unless I, really lean back. My shoulders are hitting this. If I crash in this, it's not gonna be pleasant. Let's just say that. So just don't crash in this. Don't roll over. Yeah, the seating position isn't the best, but I think it's as good as it's gonna get for this thing. Yeah, I am definitely excited about this project. Like I said, I've been wanting to build another novelty vehicle for kind of a while now. Ever since I built the Grave Ninja, I've been kind of wanting to build something similar to that, and I think this qualifies. This isn't an exact placement of where the tires are going to go or where the engine's going to go. I can definitely scoop the engine forward about 4 or 5 or maybe 6 inches. Basically, it's just there because yeah, the muffler is just hitting this. I'll probably be able to cut it out and scoot it forward and get it in its correct spot. Also, I'm trying to figure out, like, how wide is this thing gonna be? You know, where's the tires? And basically, I'm just looking at pictures on Google of other Baja bugs and kind of just like looking at where their tires are in relation to the wheel wells, how wide they are. There's the kind of the cool thing about Baja bugs is there's a huge variety in what they look like, and also the wheel distance and suspension travel and all that kind of stuff. So it's not like a Polaris Razor where it's just that size. There's so many custom builds and everything, so it's and they all vary slightly with tire width, suspension travel, placement of the tires, and everything. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I definitely want long travel suspension on this, but I definitely don't want to make this thing too wide and too, you know, we don't need that much suspension travel. But yeah, next video we get to finally work on suspension on this thing. I'm not sure if I'm going to start with the front suspension or rear suspension. Basically, the only limitation that I kind of want to set is I want to make sure that this will fit in the bed of my truck. It's because it's really nice having the Grave Ninja be able to fit in the bed of the truck, so therefore I can bring like the CBR 1000 or the two-seater project in my trailer, and then I can fit the Grave Ninja in the bed of the... So I want this to fit in the bed of my truck because I'm still reluctant on getting a bigger trailer. But anyway... I guess that's it for this video. Thank y'all for watching. Let me know what you guys think of this build. You know, are you guys as excited as I am for this thing? But anyway, I guess that's it for this video. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see ya in the next video.